Hello everyone, it's Claudia here, and today I am going to show you what I have left of the Scrapbook Circle Make Kit, which mainly featured the Fancy Free collection by Paige Evans and Pink Paisley. So as always, I will just start off by showing you the papers, and I have this really almost pathetic scrap piece of paper left, which was a paper from the Maggie Holmes Bloom collection, and I used it until I couldn't use it anymore. And I might try to punch out a few hearts to just get some more pink hearts because I do love it. And then I have a decent amount left of this paper. And the reason why I have this much left is because I pulled in papers from my stash because I have the 12 by 12 paper pad from the Fancy Free collection, which I bought on my own. So that's why I just have some extra papers with this kit. Then I have this scrap piece of paper left, and this was a paper from the Dear Lizzie Happy Place collection. And I did quite like that paper and used it on a lot of layouts. Then I have this paper left with the scattered dots, and again the double-sided papers are from the main kit, and I didn't really touch those because, like I just mentioned, I pulled in some papers from my stash. And then I have this paper left, and I have a lot of like really uneven type of papers left, and I'm not really sure what I will do with those really tiny pieces of paper quite yet, but I will make sure to find some sort of purpose. And that bird paper is from the Pink Fresh Studio Felicity collection, and I used most of that up as well. And just some more really tiny scraps. This I will probably just throw in the bin. And the kit also came with this acetate paper, which is from the Amy Tangerine Better Together collection. And I used it on a few layouts actually, as you can kind of see, but I have a ton left, and I'll probably just cut these up and put them in my stash. But I'm quite lazy when it comes to fussy cutting, so I will see when I have time to do that. And then I have a full sheet left of this corrugated kind of cardstock paper from the Fancy Pants. What? I want to say collection, but it's by Fancy Pants. I don't think it's part of any collection, but I didn't use it and figured I would just save it for another project. Then for the embellishments, so I got both the main kit and one of the add-on kits this month. And the main kit came with these figures from the Amy Tangerine Better Together collection, and I didn't use them on any layouts that you have seen, but we do a subscriber exclusive sort of magazine at Scrapbook Circle, and I used them for a project that was in that magazine, so that's why a lot of them are missing, and the rest I will just put in my stash and maybe use in the future. And the add-on kit came with these figures from the Fancy Free collection, which I absolutely loved. And as you can see, I think I did a pretty decent good job at using them up. And it's actually quite funny because I didn't use many of them to actually create titles. I used them for other things, which you will see in a little bit. But yeah, I really think I did a pretty good job at using those up. So as for the rest, let's see. Again, I'm doing the voiceover after the fact. So the add-on kit also came with these bows from the We Are Memory Keepers Wildflower collection, and I have these two left, which I'll just put in my stash. And the main kit came with this sheet of ampersands from the Pebbles Jen Hatfield Everyday collection, and as you can see, I used them all up. I have one left, so I think that's pretty decent. Then what else do we got? The main kit came with this package of Fancy Free journaling tags, and as you all know, I don't really do journaling, so I tried to think of other ways that I could make them work for me personally, and I just kind of use them for layering and tucking them in between layers and such. So I do have these left, but I will just put these with the stuff of Fancy Free that I have in my stash already, because I do plan on doing layouts with that collection, of course. And then the main kit came with these exclusive acrylic numbers, and I used the number 2 on a layout, and then the 1 and 3 I have left. So I would just put these in my stash as well. I do quite like the color of those. And this is kind of my container that I keep all my stuff in. So right now I'm just pulling out the ephemera pieces that I have left over from the ephemera pack that came in the main kit, which was from the Fancy Free collection. And those circles are supposed to spell the word happy, but I actually used those circles individually to just add some pop of colors to some layouts, which I will show you in a little bit. So I have a few pieces left, and again, I will just put those with the rest of the Fancy Free collection that I have in my stash and try and use them up. And then the kit also came with a bag of, like a little bag of sequins and studs, I think. I'm not going to get them all out, but you can kind of get an idea. I actually used these on a lot of the layouts, and I really like adding sequins nowadays. They're just a really nice touch, and I quite like these. So I will definitely just keep those in my stash and probably use them on a future layout. So that is all I have left. I am going to show you a few layouts I made off screen these past few days. I just really felt like scrapping on my own for a bit. Well, I can talk, I do apologize, for a bit and just kind of relax and not having to worry about my phone. So this is the first layout I made, or actually the last layout I made with the kit. I actually made it this morning, and as you can see, I used a lot of figures, and I just kind of randomly put them on the layout. Like, it's not spelling any words, but I just wanted to add some color and interest to a white cardstock background, and I figured it was just a really good way to use up some figures. And I added that exclusive flare button to the left which says I love you, which is really cute, and it's actually Mickey's birthday today, so shout out to my favorite cat in the world. But yeah, then this is a layout I made yesterday, and it's just a cute photo of me and my boyfriend, and it was taken in 2014. I'm sure you've all seen a similar photo in the past, and I just used that acetate heart that just says love us, which I thought was really cute and fitting. And those florals are from that Pink Fresh Studio Felicity paper that I showed earlier, and I just colored them in with some watercolor, really cheap watercolor, so you can just get it anywhere, I would think. And those X's are from the Maggie Holmes bloom paper that came in the kit, and I just cut those out and kind of spaced them around on the layout, which I think looks quite nice. And I find that, you know, when I'm down to my scraps, I get a little bit more creative with trying to make a layout look more full. And I actually had a really good time making all of these layouts. So here's another layout, and this is a photo of me and Mickey, and this photo is taken on Christmas Eve or something. So I was wearing like my fancy outfit, and I added that piece of paper from the Dear Lizzie Happy Place collection. I added some pink watercolor stripes, just add a little bit of interest and a little bit of pink. The paper is a little bit buckled, but it doesn't bother me too much, and I think you don't really notice it once it goes into a page protector. And I added a number from the thicker pack for layering and to add a pop of color. And then the last layout I made is just this layout with some cute photos of Cupido. And these were taken in 2010, and actually these photos were printed from my printer, so the quality of the photos is not the best, but I don't have the originals anymore. But I do really like the photos, and I just wanted to go with a little bit more muted color scheme, but I did of course want to add in some pinks, and I added that gold bow. And I think it turned out really cute. You know, it's not super detailed, it doesn't have a whole lot of things, but I think it's just a cute, simple layout, and of course I love the pinks. And yeah, that is basically what I've done. I will put photos of the layouts I've made in the end. Make sure to check out the Scrapbook Circle kits if you haven't already. They really are amazing, and I love them so much. So yeah, that is basically it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with more process videos soon.